Game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education, but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome in, everybody, to round number 1 of the Crossroads League Tournament. Today's game will feature your University of St. Francis Cougars coming in with an 19-11 overall record. St. Francis is receiving votes in the 30th spot in the latest coaches top 25 poll, hosting the number 5 seeded Huntington University Lady Foresters. An 18-11 overall record. They too are receiving votes in the 35th spot of the latest top 25 poll. We're going to read from our game day program put together by Sports Information Director Bill Scott. It says, new season starts tonight in third clash against the Foresters. Having finished regular season action with 3 consecutive wins, new number 30 receiving votes University of St. Francis seeks a return to the win column in this quarterfinal action of the Crossroads League Tournament. Huntington University is the first challenge after USF won the tiebreaker with Huntington for the number 4 seed, with both finishing Crossroads League regular season action with 11-7 records. Huntington survived a 71-69 final game against Bethel College on Saturday, and the Grace Lady Lancers lost to Taylor University, so that broke that tie for 4th place in the Crossroads League. In the final standings, it was St. Francis and Huntington tied for 4th place with 11-7 records. Grace in 6th place with a 10-8 conference record. USF Junior Savannah Buck led the Crossroads League in average assist, averaging 5.5 per game with a total of 166. Buck is number 4 in NEIA assist and assists per game. That is the highest individual ranking of either team on the floor tonight. USF is number 14 in NEIA team free throw shooting percentage at 75%, while Huntington is number 16. They too at 75%. Huntington's actually at 74.6, St. Francis at 74.8. This will be the 7th time Huntington and USF has played in postseason tournament play. USF is 6-0 all time against these Lady Foresters. USF is 46-13 in conference tournament play, 39-2 at the Hutzel Athletic Center. This is USF's 25th conference tournament since St. Francis College did not play in the first one in 1994. Huntington Junior Sarah Fryman finished 2nd in the regular season scoring race, averaging 17.5 points per game and 507 total points. She scored 14 and 15 against USF this season. Fryman led the Crossroads League in free throw percentage, shooting 87.4 from the charity stripe. Huntington's Brooke Saylor finished 2nd in total rebounding average, 9.2 per game, and had a total of 267. Kara Gurka led USF rebounding, averaging 5.4 a game, and a total of 140th, and that tied her for 17th. Saylor finished number 2 in blocks per game as well, averaging 1.4 blocks per contest. So once again, looking at Huntington last year, Sarah Fryman was honored 3rd team All-Crossroads League. Maddie Riker also 3rd team All-Crossroads League. Brooke Saylor was 2nd team All-Crossroads League. And Sam Hamill made the All-Crossroads League freshman team. For St. Francis, Kara Gurka was 1st team All-Crossroads League last year, while Savannah Buck was 3rd team All-CL. Savannah Buck with her 166 assists once again does rank number 4 in the NAIA. Kara Gurka shooting 53% from the field ranks her number 16 in the country. And Lauren McBriar has made 75 three-pointers. That ranks her number 21 in the country, averaging 2.6 three-pointers per game. Looking at Huntington, Fryman, only a junior, has 1,165 career points. So she's virtually 1,000 points behind Miranda Palmer, who set the record back in 2017 for Huntington University. Kara Gurka, also a junior, is sitting with 1,460 points for the University of St. Francis. Folks, we're going to send it down now to our PA announcer, John Nolan, who's also the voice of the Fort Wayne Tin Caps, for today's starting lineups, prayer, and national anthem.
USF Cougars. At this time, we ask you to please rise and remove your hats for tonight's pregame prayer. Let us pray. Loving Lord, we thank you for all you have given us, the gift of this day, these athletes, coaches, officials, and fans. Keep us all safe today, free from harm and injury. Help us to love and respect each other and ourselves. And in the words of St. Francis, enlighten the darkness of our minds and hearts. Give us a right faith, a firm hope, and a perfect charity, so that we may always and in all things act according to your holy will. Amen. Now please remain standing for the performance of our national anthem by the USF Marching Pride. School, number 5, 2D Pro. And guard 5'7" sophomore from Mooresville out of Mooresville High School, number 10, Corey. For the 5'10" junior from Fishers out of Fishers High School, number 21, Tara Kirka. At 7'6" sophomore from Fort Recovery, Ohio, out of Fort Recovery High School, number 31, Whitney Will. And at guard, 5'6" junior from Fort Wayne, out of Homestead High School, number 20. So yeah, head coach of the Lady Cougars is Jason Ridge, assistant coaches Tom Ridge, Scott Wessel, and Pete.
So there we have it, folks, the starting lineups for this Crossroads League quarterfinal. In the center there, we have Whitney Will. Whitney making her 11th start on the season for St. Francis. And number 32 is Brooke Saylor. Brooke has started 28 out of 29 games for Huntington, so possession will go with the Lady Foresters to start this game, as they'll get it over to Fryman there on the far wing. She picks up her dribble. Coming up from the baseline, that's Maddie Reeker. Fryman, top scorer for Huntington. Once again, she's going to have a big season in her senior year if she was going to break Randa Palmer's record, all-time scoring. But Brooke Saylor gets the first 2 points of the game for Huntington. Lady Cougars are playing without Emma Applegate today, which is not good news. Obviously, she hurt her knee in the Mount Vernon Nazarene game and is out. So a turnover on Will. Lady Cougars have 3 really, really important players on the bench in Chandler Jones, Lindley Kistler, and Emma Applegate. So after the turnover, still 2-0 Huntington. Lady Cougars still bring with them reigning All-American and All-Crossroads League first-teamer Kara Gurka, currently down there on the block. Saylor looking for the skip pass. It's a baseline jumper, no good by Aaron Moore. And I believe the Lady Forester stepped on the baseline there. That was Sam Hamill. Once again, Lady Cougars still with Savannah Buck bringing it up. One of the top assist makers in the whole country. Lauren McGuire, one of the top three-point shooters in the country. And we talked about Gurka, who just gave up the ball right there. Whitney Will has really had a strong sophomore season for the Lady Cougars. Her defensive play has been outstanding, as that first three-pointer is just a little bit long. And a nice rebound by Whitney Will. She's going to be fouled by Sarah Fryman. So the first foul of the game will go to the Lady Foresters' top scorer. Fryman, once again, one of the top scorers in all Crossroads League. In the first matchup against these two teams, it was here at the Hut, with St. Francis winning at 68-47. Three-pointer by Gurka. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Gurka. So Kara Gurka, a big three-pointer. On the season, she shoots 37% from beyond the arc, hitting 25 of 68 entering today's game. That was behind the back by Fryman. Her shot a little strong, rebounded by Gurka. Gurka also averages 5.4 rebounds per game, and Brooke Saylor averaging 9.2. Another three-pointer, that one was Lauren McBriar. So back-to-back three-pointers here by the Lady Cougars. And in that first contest against Huntington, they held the Lady Foresters to 1 of 17 shooting from beyond the arc. The Cougars in that game was 12 of 24, shooting 50% from three-point land. So St. Francis coming out hot here in this game as well. The one consistency, shouldn't say the one, but a major consistency for this University of St. Francis team has been the defensive play. Coach Jason Ridge has these ladies playing great defense, as Brooke Saylor is going to get the reverse lay-in there for her second bucket to bring her squad to within 2. Saylor last year All Crossroads League second team. An easy bucket for Whitney Will down on the block. Saylor is a senior from out of Marion, Indiana, Eastbrook High School. Just inside the arc, the baseline jumper is good by Maddie Reeker. So a great game we have in store here. St. Francis won both the regular season meetings against Huntington. Will's being guarded by Sarah Fryman, and so 31. Whitney called with the foul, her first, team's first, so each team with the foul under their belt to start this game. Bringing it up right now for Huntington, Sam Hamill. Possession to stay with Huntington here with the inbounds pass is Reeker. She's a senior from Wauseon, Ohio. Fryman and Moore are juniors. Hamill just a sophomore. Once again, Hamill last year on the All-Crossroads League freshman team. Double team. Good job by Will as a three-pointer by Fryman is up and in. Sarah Fryman entering today's game shooting 39% from three-point land, hitting 34 of 87. Entering today's game. Crow working off the pick by Will. Lady Cougars already starting hot from three-point land. Savannah Buck left all alone. Is that a right rim? No good, but an offensive board by Will, and she's fouled from behind. That one's going to go against Brooke Saylor, number 32. So Whitney Will, who's averaging 17.2 minutes played per game. That should go up in today's game for sure. Averaging 5.7 points per while shooting 71% from the free throw line. Hits her first. I'll tie this game up at 9. Second free throw attempt up and in as well. As Dejanay Hinton's going to check into the game for Will. Lady Cougars, who normally have a very, very deep bench. A little less deep now with the injuries to Kistler and Applegate, and Jones also not being able to play. Fryman finds Saylor on the elbow. Long three-pointer this time for Fryman. Off the heel, no good. Offensive rebound. And if she would have went straight up with it, that would have been a bucket for Hamill, but she gives it up to Saylor for another 2. Brooke Saylor now with 5 points in this game. As a three-pointer is good by Lauren McBriar, her second three-pointer of the game. So McBriar coming out on fire in this one. She's now 2 of 3 from three-point land. Hamill picks up her dribble, gets it over to Moore. All alone, Fryman. She's going to be called with the travel there. Took that extra step for the 16-foot jumper. It looked like she had a wide open three-pointer she could have taken. McBriar goes up top. That pass got knocked away from Dejanay Hinton. That was Hamill on the defense. Man-to-man defense being played here by the Foresters to start this game as we are in the first quarter. Nice drive, McBriar off glass. Rebounded by Gurka. Putback's no good. Lady Cougars doing a great job with the offensive rebound so far in this game and out-rebounding the Lady Foresters 5-2 to start this one. USF up by 2. The skip pass is going to be stolen by McBriar. Lauren McBriar entering today with 42 steals under her belt. That's second best for the Lady Cougars as Hinton finishes underneath. Leading St. Francis in steals is Savannah Buck. Welcome back, everybody. You were listening to the Cougar Marching Pride there with 3:43 left to play here in this first quarter. Great action. That's Tyon McKenzie, true freshman, already on the floor for St. Francis. Crow being guarded by Fryman. As Huntington's in a 2-3 zone defense. Hitting nice drive, but has her shot blocked by Saylor. So Saylor is going to check out of the game. Into the game will be number 30, Casey Morton. As McKenzie tracks it down, but with time ticking down on the shot clock, that'll be a violation on St. Francis. The inbounds pass goes to Hamill as Huntington does a good job breaking the press. Fryman here on the near wing being picked up by Tyon McKenzie. Hamill being guarded by Savannah Buck. Fryman, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Good step through in the lane. And looks like the foul was on the floor, going to be called against Sydney Crow. So the bucket is good. Fryman will head to the free throw line looking for the and one. Once again, she's an 87% free throw shooter on the season. That ranks her number 7 in the country. For St. Francis, Emma Applegate with the best free throw percentage, hitting 88% of her free throws. So the and one will pull Huntington to within one. Fryman now with 6 points in this game. Good feed to McBriar down low. Now she's stuck. Gets her own rebound there on the missed shot. Good ball movement to Buck. Back over to McKenzie. Tyon McKenzie entering today's game, averaging 7.4 minutes played per and 2 points per game as Dejanay Hinton. Beautiful on the drive. Puts her squad up by 3, 17-14. That's her second bucket of the game. Hinton now 2 of 3 from the field. And a loose ball that'll be picked up by Gurka. And it looks like Fryman's going to pick up her second foul. So that'll be her second, the team's third. She's going to have to check out of the game, and she will, along with Aaron Moore. Gurka looking for her second three-pointer. That one just a little bit long. Lady Cougars right now shooting 50% from the field. And that jumper is good by number 22, Sarah Doy. Huntington University has been on fire, hitting 7 of 10 from the field. That's a three-point miss by McBriar. She's already got 2 made in this game. McBriar sitting with 6 points. That pass intended for Reeker in the corner, tipped away by Tyon McKenzie. So Whitney Will's going to check back into the game for McBriar. Will play the 5, puts Gurka at the 4. Nice pass. And not able to finish on the lay-in is Reeker. Going the other way with Savannah Buck. Savannah feeds the post back out to McKenzie. Baseline jumper, Whitney Will, just a little bit strong. And on the rebound there was Hamill. Hamill's going to hand it off to number 22. That's Sarah Doy. Three-point attempt is good by Maddie Reeker. Huntington University ranks number 30th in the country, hitting 34% of their three-pointers on the season. St. Francis ranks number 37 in the country, hitting 33% of their threes. So once again, already a much better start to this game for Huntington than what they had the last time they were here at the Hut back in November. Nice steal, tipping it away was Savannah Buck. Gets a shot off right at the buzzer. But that will do it. Huntington takes a 19-17 lead heading into the second quarter. We'll be right back with more Lady Cougar basketball.
First time I've been able to do this kind of more complete understanding or view of your body. One of the things that's really important about this is that it's kind of legitimizing us as athletes.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Welcome back, everybody, here in the second quarter. Huntington up by 2. Lauren McBriar, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. Good ball down to Whitney Will. Ties this game up at 19. Whitney now has 6 points. Outstanding work here in her 11th start on the season. Now Lady Cougars going the other way. And a great ball movement to Whitney Will. 2 consecutive buckets. Lady Cougars in the press, trying to stifle this Lady Forester offense. Three-point attempt, Reeker, no good. She is now 2 of 4 from the field and 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. Buck finds Will down on the block, has it knocked away. Dejanay Hinton now out of the corner. Gurka trying to get around Brooke Saylor, not an easy task. Three-pointer is good. Lauren McBriar, her 3rd three-pointer of the game. That is a big one. That's going to balloon this lead all the way up to 5 points for St. Francis. Been all Lady Cougars here in the second quarter. In that first matchup against the Lady Foresters, St. Francis held Huntington to just 6 points in the second quarter and just 8 points in the third quarter. In the 68-47 win back on November the 28th, Huntington was ranked in the top 25 at the time, as that three-pointer is good by Doy. Doy now with 5 points for the Lady Foresters. They're playing with Sarah Fryman, their leading scorer, on the bench. She picked up 2 fouls there in the first. Feed goes to Gurka down low. She's going to be fouled. And we'll head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Foul going to be called on Casey Morton, the senior, listed at 5'11". Gurka, once again, 71% free throw shooter on the season, hitting 70 of 98. In this game, she's 1 of 2 from the field, with 2 rebounds and an assist. Lady Cougars back up by 3. Head coach is Lori Collier for Huntington University. She's in her 33rd season. Coach Jason Ridge for St. Francis in his 4th season. Hamill over to Doy. That's Morton. 10 seconds left on the shot clock for Reeker. Whitney Will quickly gets up just inside the arc. That's an air ball attempt for Sam Hamill. Sydney Crow, at any moment, Sydney Crow can get hot from beyond the arc. She has one of the best three-point field goal percentages on the team. Sydney shooting 37% from three-point land. McBriar, deep three-pointer. That one's no good, and Will nearly came up with the rebound, but it's going to deflect OB. Checking in for Huntington will be number 10, Jade Clement, sophomore from Columbus Grove, Ohio. And another great job on the press here by the Lady Cougars. Offensive rebound, put back by Wills, no good, but she'll head back to the free throw line. Whitney Wills really having her way down on the block to start this game. She's a 6-footer, sophomore from Fort Recovery, Ohio. First free throw by Whitney, halfway down and pops out. Will now 2 of 3 from the free throw line in this game. So a 30-second timeout going to be called here by Coach Collier. That'll be her second timeout taken. St. Francis, I'm going to update St. Francis. They only got 5 timeouts left. The last one was a 30-second by Huntington. Check out this sequence here. Loose ball, Savannah Buck putting on the pressure. Comes up with it, finds Hinton, the extra pass. A darting Whitney Will lays it off the backboard. An outstanding play. See Buck getting a hand on it there. So Whitney will hit the second. She now has 9 points. 26-22 your score. Tyon McKenzie back into the game for St. Francis. And the Lady Foresters are dribbling it up the floor with Sarah Doy. That's number 10, Jade Clement. Reeker, top of the key. Reeker has yet to leave this game as a three-pointer is good by Clement. Huntington University now 4 of 6 from three-point land. Lady Cougars, though, out-rebounding the Lady Foresters 11-6. Gurka down low with the contact, still finishes. That increases the lead back to 3. Gurka now with 6 points. Reeker and the Foresters gets it up to Doy. Down on the block is number 41. That's Cindy Groin. Reeker three-pointer, that one off the heel, no good. Maddie Reeker is the team's 3rd leading scorer, averaging 10.2 points per game, and she shoots 39% from three-point land, which ranks her number 38 in the country. Foul going to go against number 10, Lauren McBriar. That'll be her first, team's first. Reeker's going to inbound it for Huntington. Maddie Reeker currently sitting with 5 points on 1 of 3 shooting from beyond the arc. That was a 2-pointer good by Cindy Integron. Now it's McBriar working off the pick by Gurka. She'll sink down to the block. Buck all alone. 3-pointer is good. Savannah gets her first 3 points of the game. Coming up from the baseline, that's Intergroin. Excuse me, that was Clement. Now it's Rieker driving out of the corner. Bounce pass was intended for Cindy. We got a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Lady Foresters. So McBriar going to check out, Hinton back in for St. Francis. The inbounds pass from Clement. And she tries to sneak it in there to Integron. As the Lady Cougars come out with the loose ball. Tight window there for that pass. There's a loose ball picked up by Clement. Doy hands it off to Rieker. 2-3 zone being played here by the University of St. Francis as Hinton's going to switch over. 3-point attempt. That one left short and rebounded by Crow. That was Casey Morton on the three-pointer. On the other end, back-to-back blocks. Gurka, no foul called. Rieker comes out with the ball. So Lady Cougar fans not too happy on that sequence right there. The refs are letting them play today. We saw that this past Saturday, that's for sure, in that Mount Vernon Nazarene game. Good spin move, but travel going to be called on Cindy Integron. She's a junior from Geneva, Indiana, went to South Adams High School, where she played her high school ball. Hinton's pass intended for Crow, and a foul going to be called on Sarah Doy. So that'll be her first and the team's third, as Lauren McBriar and Whitney Will are going to check in for McKenzie and Hinton. Each team with 6 turnovers. Huntington University has 3 blocks, St. Francis 0. That's Buck with the inbounds pass, gets it into Will. Crow going to hand it off to Buck as they're going to set up the offense quickly. Sydney Crow has yet to score in this game. We'll see if they can get her a look from beyond the arc. And no shot going to be called there. Foul goes against Kara Gurka. That's her first and the team's second. Huntington University with 6 team fouls. St. Francis with 4 in the game. Feed down low, stolen by Savannah Buck. So Huntington University been a little careless trying to force the ball down to their bigs. Where the passes just aren't there. Fouls called against number 30 for Huntington, Casey Morton. That's her second, the team's 4th. Gurka down low, will finish once again. And we'll head to the free throw line looking for the and one. Gurka now with 8 points. She's currently 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Fouls called on Rieker, her first, team's 5th. So the Lady Cougars currently up by 7. A swing of 9 points since the end of that first quarter. Huntington University been playing without Fryman this whole second quarter and the end of the first. Cindy Integron once again, she has got to hang on to that ball. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Rieker looking for something in the lane. Doy with the catch and shoot, no good. Will with the rebound. Will's being guarded by Integron. This is a man-to-man defense here by the Lady Foresters. McBriar down on the block. So good with the layup. McBriar and the Lady Cougars now up by 9, 36-27. Once again, this is the quarterfinal round of the Crossroads League tournament. 4-seed St. Francis, 5-seed Huntington. Winner of this game will most likely play the number 2 seed Marian University Knights. Intergroin hits the 10-footer. Feed down low to Gurka. Splits the defenders. Nice look by Savannah Buck. The Lady Cougars have come to play today, even without Emma Applegate. Just one less force. Applegate certainly was that for the St. Francis. And we got a tie ball possession arrow in favor of the Lady Cougars. Applegate entering today averaging 11.1 points per game and 4 rebounds per game. Inside a minute left to play in this game. Gurka on the near wing, dribble drive. And once again fighting through the contact, Gurka, the bucket looking for the and one. It's been a theme here in this game. Coming into today's game, I was wondering, when was the last time Kara Gurka led the team in scoring? She had 22 in the win against Bethel, 21 in the loss against Grace. She had 15 this past Saturday. She's already got 13 points, folks, and 4 rebounds in this game. Kara Gurka. Gurka now 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. So Gurka is going to leave the game. Alexis Turbin into the game. Handoff goes to Doy. 30 seconds left before halftime. That nearly got away from Doy. McKenzie with the defense. This Lady Cougar defense is phenomenal. That shot by Hamill off the mark. So shot clock is off. 14 remains here until the break. Turbin back out to Will. 6 seconds remaining. Buck trying to work her way open. She's got a deep three-pointer. She'll step back for an even deeper three. That is no good. But St. Francis will go into the break up 41-29 over Huntington. What a great second quarter there by the Lady Cougars. We'll be right back with more St. Francis basketball.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
The Chapel Project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Blood flow restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off. Welcome back, everybody. It's 41-29 at the break with St. Francis on top. A huge second quarter for the Lady Cougars, outscoring Huntington 24-10. Huntington did take the first quarter 19-17. Scoring for the Lady Foresters, Sarah Fryman with 6 points. She only played 8 minutes and 3 seconds in the first half. She didn't play the second quarter at all, and she picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter. Brooke Saylor with 6 points and 2 rebounds. Maddie Reeker with 5 points and 1 rebound. 3 rebounds for Sam Hamill. Jade Clement with 3 points. Sarah Doy with 5. And Cindy Integron with 4 points. For St. Francis, Lauren McBride with 11 points, 2 rebounds. Kara Gurka, 14 points, 4 rebounds. 9 points and 6 rebounds for Whitney Will. 3 points and 6 assists for Savannah Buck. Crow with 2 rebounds, 4 points for Dejanay Hinton. And Tyann McKenzie had an assist and a rebound there in that first half. Huntington, 12 of 22 shooting from the field, 55%. 4 of 9 from beyond the arc, 44%, and a perfect 1 of 1 from the free throw line. St. Francis, 15 of 29 from the field, 52%. 5 of 10 from three-point land, and 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Huntington's largest lead of the game was 2 points, and that came after their very first bucket. University of St. Francis had a 13-point lead with 44 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Lady Cougars now up by 12 points. The score was tied 2 times, and there's been 7 lead changes here in this game. Folks, we're going to take one more break. We'll be right back with you with more Lady Cougar basketball after this short break.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education, but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Crow. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back, everybody. Just moments away from the start of the second half here at the Hutzel Athletic Center, University of St. Francis. And boy, in that second quarter, how great was the play of Kara Gurka. Gurka constantly drawing contact there on the low post. Here, she's able to split defenders, one from behind, one from in front. Looked like she might have been fouled from behind on that shot right there, but Gurka having no problem finishing and heading to the free throw line and making her free throws as well. Kara was 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. Once again, this time on the dribble drive with the right hand, slap, and a finish down on the block. Kara Gurka, a big reason why the Lady Cougars are up right now by 12 points. Another big reason here is the three-point shooting by St. Francis. And how about Lauren McBriar here? McBriar's going to switch spots with Savannah Buck as she gets the ball in space. That frees up McBriar, just a little bit of room to pull the trigger. Lauren 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. She had 11 points. And on that last play, you saw Savannah Buck with the assist. So Savannah currently has 6 assists, which is a game high. So possession arrow currently in favor of Huntington as we get ready to start the third quarter. Over at Marion, it's the Knights up 37-29 over Mount Vernon Naz. At Taylor University, Lady Trojans beating Spring Arbor 39-26, as that will stay with Huntington. Indiana Wesleyan and Grace, they're tied at 33. So there might be an upset in the making there with Grace traveling to Indiana Wesleyan. It's number 32 for the Lady Foresters, Brooke Saylor. And the left-handed lay-in is good by Sam Hamill. So Huntington gets the first bucket and pulls to within 10. Crow, left-hand dribble drive, nobody there to contest as she gets the easy lay-in. Her first 2 points of the game. Can't forget about Crow, as Lady Forester certainly did there. That's Maddie Reeker. Reeker currently with 5 points for Huntington. Number 5 is Erin Moore. She has yet to score. Hamill, Reeker for 3. That one left a little bit short. Fryman cannot get the rebound. Maddie Reeker is now 1 of 4 from three-point land. Down on the block, Whitney Will with the extra dribble, and Brooke Saylor is going to take it away. Foul going to be called against St. Francis. And it goes on Whitney Will. That'll be her second, team's first. That was Hamill bringing it up. Fryman, who only played 8 minutes in that first half, the team's leading scorer. Saylor's going to step on the baseline. That's another turnover by Huntington. That's their 10th turnover of the game. St. Francis only sitting with 7 turnovers. Now it's Huntington putting on the press. That worked well for St. Francis in the second quarter, as they were able to force a few turnovers. Gurka finds Crow. Once again, another dribble drive straight to the cup. Crow with 4 easy points here in the third quarter. Nice pass by Fryman. She drove baseline, found Reeker in the lane. Fryman, who is a junior, played her high school ball at Huntington North High School for the Lady Vikings. So right there in Huntington, Gurka, fadeaway jumper. Looks like that might have been, and Fryman's going to step on the baseline. Looks like Saylor might have got a piece of that shot by Gurka. Sarah Doy is going to check into the game. She checks in for Aaron Moore. Buck's going to go over Crow, the easy throw in. We saw Huntington on a few inbounds pass try to force it to the big down on the block and turn it over. Gurka with the ball fake, back to Buck, 4-3 on the catch and shoot, just left short. And once again, Crow got that ball, but foot was out of bounds on the baseline. 7:30 left to play here in the third. Lady Cougars up by 12. That's the same amount they were up by at halftime, as Hamill's going to give it up to Reeker to bring it up. Maddie Reeker is a senior for Huntington. In that first half, she played every single minute for the Lady Foresters. Doy just inside the arc, 10 seconds now on the shot clock. And 13-footer rims in for Sarah Fryman. For Fryman, just her 8th point of the game. I shouldn't say just, though. It's pretty good for the amount of minutes that she's played. Total of 11 in this game. Gurka back over to Buck. Three-pointer by McBriar was blocked by Doy. Now that's Hamill. No travel called in the lane. Fryman's three-pointer is no good. Rebounded by McBriar. Sydney Crow here on the near wing. Man-to-man defense by Huntington. Gurka's three-pointer halfway down and pops out. Doy with the rebound. That's the 12th rebound of the game for Huntington. St. Francis with 19 boards. So winning the rebounding battle, and then the steal by Sydney Crow. Looking to go coast to coast with it. Up with the left hand, and good. Crow with the steal and bucket. She's got 6 points all here in the third quarter. This has been Sydney Crow's quarter. USF back up by 12. Saylor looking down low, goes to the corner. Reeker with the left hand. Skip pass finds Doy for 3. You could tell she was just locked in when she caught that ball low and let it fly. So Huntington now cuts the deficit to single digits. 3-possession game. That's McBriar. She's wearing the right brace, the knee brace on her right knee, as Sydney Crow drains the three-pointer. She's been on fire. This is her quarter, Sydney Crow. So the referees thought that Coach Collier called a timeout. She said she did not. She was just slapping her hands. Kind of looked like a T, but that was her fist going into her right fist going into her left hand. Referees thought she wanted a timeout because the Lady Cougars are on fire here in the third. I could understand that. Doyd to Fryman. Pump fake, takes 2 dribbles, and she's going to be fouled. Will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Foul called on Whitney Will. Oh, excuse me, it goes against Gurkha. No, it's 31. It was Whitney Will. So for Whitney, that'll be her third and the team's second. Dejanay Hinton checking in for Will. Tough there with the third foul for Will. Not many centers left on this roster. So Fryman sinks them both. She now has 10 points, pulls her team to within 10. Crow, that one got away from her as Reeker comes out with it. Hamill, and a steal by Savannah Buck. Buck maintains possession, finds Gurkha, and the step through. They're going to call a charge on Kara Gurkha. That'll be her second, team's third. That did not look like a charge. You can hear a few of the fans just screaming, "No way." I was screaming that too, just inside my head. So Hamill's going to leave the game for Huntington. Saylor and Fryman on the floor along with Clement. Fryman, she's just forcing that one right there and steps out of bounds. Sarah Fryman looking to get the scoring going for her. She is now 3 of 7 from the field with 10 points. Fryman in the first matchup was 4 of 9 from the field, scored 14 points. McBriar, Savannah over to Hinton. Hinton's wide open there for that three-point look if she wants it. She can hit the three. And that's going to be a turnover by St. Francis. Dejanay Hinton on the season, a 31% three-point shooter, 11 of 15 on the season. That'd be a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Jason Ridge and the Lady Cougars. So Sydney Crow coming out on fire here in the third quarter. After back-to-back-to-back buckets, Crow, boom, nothing but the bottom of the net. Sydney Crow does not take long for her to get going. Once she hits that first shot, you want the ball in her hands early and often. How about Crow on the other end? Flashing a little leather with the defense. So it's 20-20 Purdue and IU. There's Crow with the steal, and she goes to the left with the finish. So good stuff by Sydney Crow. Her squad up by 10, 50-40. Doy gets it into Taylor. Out to Fryman. She's left open for a three. That one's going to spin out and tapped out of bounds by Huntington. So I guess for Fryman, it's just keep on shooting until they do fall. She's now 1 of 4 from three-point land. Good thing about Fryman, though, is she will hit her free throws. Concession stands closing down. They got free hot dogs and popcorn. McBriar. Lob pass into Gurkha. She tried to pop out, and Clement's going to come up with the rebound. Tough sledding for Gurkha down there on the block as she was double, triple teamed. Coach Ridge not too pleased. Doy currently sitting with 8 points. And she got those quickly there in the second quarter. That entry pass, and we got a jump ball. That was Saylor and Lauren McBriar. So ball to the Lady Cougars. It's Huntington leading 11-9 here in the third quarter. They've already scored more points than they did in the second quarter. They only had 10 points in the second. And travel going to be called on Dejanay Hinton. Whitney Will with 3 fouls. Going to check into the game for Hinton. Once again, St. Francis having to play without the services of Chandler Jones, Lindley Kistler, and Emma Applegate. Emma did play last Saturday and played well. Reeker for 3. That was a pretty shot. She now has 10 points. Reeker now 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. That's going to be tipped out by Gurka. Gurka with 2 fouls there was hoping not to pick up her third. And she did not. So it's Doy over the timeline. She's been the primary ball handler here for Huntington, but does not have an assist yet in this game. Leading the Lady Foresters in assists is Maddie Riker with 3. Nice take by Sarah Fryman. Fryman now has 12 points, just 2 points behind Gurka for a game high. Hers is a team high. Maddie Riker with 10 points right behind her. McBriar, who had hit 3 3-pointers there in the first half, over to Sydney Crow, her second triple in the quarter. Sydney Crow has been outstanding, 12 points here in the third quarter. She has all 12 of St. Francis points here in the frame. And that was Doy that had it knocked away. Coming out with it, McBriar. Nice bounce pass to Whitney Will. Oh, beautiful with the lay and the assist. Going to Lauren McBriar. Wow. Threading the needle on the bounce pass. Got to use the bounce pass. Working off the pick by Fryman. She's going to get slapped on the arm, so she'll head to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
USF foul number 20, Savannah Buck, her first, team's fourth.
Fouls called on Savannah Buck, her first, the team's fourth. Fryman will hit the first. Pulls her team back to within 9. Second one rims in as well. 30 seconds remaining. About a 1 second difference here between the game clock and shot clock. Buck's going to let it whittle down here for the attempt at the last shot of the quarter. McBriar wants to take that 3, but has it blocked by Doy. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Doy trying to get something off and does a good look at it, just left short. So that is going to do it for the third quarter. Huntington will have the ball when we start the fourth. We'll be right back with more Lady Cougar basketball here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
how about Sydney Crow? And how about that play? Lauren McBriar to Whitney Will. The bounce pass that led to the bucket. We'll throw it up real quick for you. Look at that perfect feed. So here in the fourth quarter, possession arrow now goes to St. Francis as Huntington has some work to do. They'll be looking to get Fryman going early in this frame. Feed goes down to Saylor. She's double teamed. Nearly has it knocked away, and Coach Collier is going to call a timeout. So that'll be a 30-second timeout here for Lady Foresters. Hope you guys are listening to the Cougar Marching Pride there. That was Rieker with the inbounds pass here for the Lady Foresters. Doy back to Fryman. Whitney Will all the way out on the perimeter as the step back three-pointer by Fryman is left short and picked up by Taylor as it goes to the hands of Crow. Brooke Taylor for 2. So Brooke Taylor, just her 8th point of the game. She's another one that Huntington needs to get going here. She's a perfect 4 of 4 from the field is Brooke Taylor with 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Of course, entering today, she's the team's 4th leading scorer, averaging 9.5 points per game. But on the other end, Sydney Crow cannot be stopped. Sydney Crow has just been outstanding already. Now 15 points, she takes over the game high. And did not have a point in the first half. Once again, just like I've been telling you guys all year, Sydney Crow can go from 0 to 12 real quick. Real quick. So it's Buck running the point with her squad up by 9. Buck out of the corner. Rieker's got the defense. Gurka finds McBriar. McBriar's looking for an open three-point shot. If not, she'll just drive to the cup and finish with ease, like she does. Lauren McBriar and the Cougs rolling in this one, looking to make it to the semifinal round, where they will most likely travel to Marian University. Doy is going to be fouled by Will. For Whitney, that's her 4th foul. Very important to have Whitney out there playing the 5. Takes a lot of attention away from Gurka. Throughout this season, we've seen Kara Gurka double and triple teamed all too often. Free throw by Doy is good for her 9th point and 10th. Buck with the inbounds finds Gurka. Now it's Tyon McKenzie to break the press and does. Doy quickly picks her up, and then Fryman. Coach Ridge cannot believe it. Fryman just ran right through McKenzie. And now the refs are going to say that McKenzie stepped on the sideline, but she was pushed into the sideline. Oh, that didn't look like fun. Fryman came up in a hurry with that trap and just ran right through McKenzie. I thought for sure it was a foul on number 12. That's just inside the arc on her step back. That's just a long two-pointer for Fryman. Fryman still 1 of 5 from beyond the arc. She's now 5 of 12 from the field. Crow finds a wide open McKenzie. Extra pass goes to McBriar for 3. That back rim's no good. That was deflected right to Clement. Jade Clement with 1 rebound in this game, 3 points. She hit a tray back in the first half. Reeker, 3-pointer. That one's good. So Huntington's starting to heat up from beyond the arc. And now a steal by Fryman, and she just muscles her way to the cup, backing away Savannah Buck. So now, just a 2-point lead for St. Francis. Fryman with 18 points, that's a game high. McKenzie coming up from the corner, working off that pick by Buck. McBriar, right hand dribble drive, and she's going to be fouled. It's going to go against Reeker, number 4. That'll be her second, team's first. Huntington outscored St. Francis 18-14 in the third, now outscoring St. Francis 11-5 here in the fourth, as McBriar will hit her first free throw, her first one of the game. Entering today's contest, Lauren McBriar, a great free throw shooter, hitting 82% of her free throws. Puts that lead back up to 4 for St. Francis. Clement being guarded by McBriar, Fryman, and Gurka. That's quite the matchup right there, 12 and 21. And charge going to be called on Sarah Fryman. That'll be her third, team's second. Sarah Fryman, the only Lady Forester in real foul trouble with 3. Whitney Will has 3 for St. Francis. Excuse me, Whitney Will actually has 4 for St. Francis. So it's Savannah Buck gets it into McBriar as she dissects the press. McBriar working off the pick by Gurka. McKenzie with the catch and dribble drive, goes up with the right hand. So quick on that first step, Tyon McKenzie. She is electric out there on the floor. Just a freshman from Brownsburg, Indiana. Brownsburg High School, the Bulldogs. Gonna force Reeker to her left, and she will go and get fouled. That's a charge on number 4. That'll be the third for Reeker. So St. Francis with the momentum here. And now a travel going to be called on McBriar. And a loose ball just hit Reeker in the head. So it's Doy to inbound it for Huntington. Some crazy happenings right now for the Lady Foresters. The inbounder, always the most dangerous player, as Brooke Saylor found her. A 3-pointer by Fryman reins it in. 64-61. Approaching the halfway point here in the fourth quarter. Gurka, double teamed, gets it back up to Buck. Savannah working against Reeker. Entrance pass is stolen by Doy. Taylor to set the pick. Hamill nearly has it knocked away and stolen by McKenzie. Goes back down to Taylor. She'll get her own rebound, and the putback's good for Brooke Taylor. So Huntington, who's down by 12 points at the half, now only down by 1, 64-63. McKenzie from the far wing. So McBriar's going to have it knocked away. Rieger saying that was last touched by McBriar's leg, as Rieger was able to knock it away. So Savannah Buck to inbound it. 4:23. They've got 13 seconds left on the shot clock. McBriar here on the near wing, being guarded by Doy. Gets a pick from Crow, and the pass goes to Crow. Sydney gets tied up in the lane there, and a foul going to go against Brooke Saylor, I believe, blocked. So for Saylor, that'll be her third, team's fourth. Foul's going to be called on the floor, so no free throws. Tyon McKenzie from the wing. Nice find up to Crow. Good ball movement by the Lady Cougars as the bounce pass goes into Gurka. And Lady Cougar fans are wanting a foul there as Saylor comes down with the rebound. Three-pointer by Fryman. She's left all alone. And no foul. I don't know what's going on in this game. No fouls. Oh. So Sydney Crow gets called with the foul. The referee said it was Crow with the leg sweep. Expect the unexpected with 3:44 remaining in the fourth. USF up by one. And offensive foul called. An illegal block on Saylor. Legal pick. So for Saylor, that's her fourth. Fryman and Rieger sitting with three. Huntington is in bad foul trouble in this tight game. Only Will has four for St. Francis. Crow goes back to Whitney. Buck being guarded by Rieger. Three-point attempt. Kara Gurka! Back of the iron. Big time three. Kara Gurka now with 18 points. Rieger's three-pointer rims in. We're going back and forth here. So Huntington stays to within one. See if Crow, she's got 15 points all coming here in the second half. McBriar walled off by Doy. Huntington now playing some good defense, moving their feet, being able to stay in front of the Lady Cougars. Hamill nearly comes up with a steal there, knocks it out of bounds. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Gurka all alone, Buck for three. That one would have been a big one. Just hit the front of the iron there. Thought for sure it was going to go in. Fryman. Doy now on the near wing. Fryman baseline jumper's too strong. Rebound by Hamill. Hamill nearly has it ripped away by Crow. It's a new shot clock though. Fryman going to take the three ball. That's good. As Huntington takes the lead 69-67. Fryman now at 24 points. She's 3 of 8 from three-point land. 8 of 17 from the field. Shooter just keeps on shooting. Gurka that's a foul on Saylor. That's going to be her fifth. And absolutely she got the arm. And now a T going to go against Saylor. now a Huntington fan gets right in the ref's face. I don't know, folks. That definitely looked like a foul to me. Looked like she got a big chunk of the arm. Guess I wish I would have grabbed the replay on that one. So McBriar, perfect 2 of 2 in this game, now 3 of 3. Gonna be a tall task for Huntington without Brooke Saylor on the floor. And St. Francis will get the ball back. So McBriar shot the 2 for the technical, and Saylor got the technical foul. Now Kara Gurker going to shoot the 2 from the shot. The first one rims in for Gurka. She is now 4 of 5 from the free throw line in this game. Back and forth action. Huntington's got back into this game via the three-pointer. And timeout going to be called by Coach Ridge, a 30-second timeout. So many great plays to choose from. We always talk about Lauren McBriar's three-point shooting. She's deadly on the dribble as well. She always gets the separation that she needs, extends that right arm, goes off glass for an easy 2 for Lauren McBriar. She never has a problem finishing at the cup. How about Tyon McKenzie showing off the speed here? She'll catch the ball on the near wing, and her first step is deadly. Gets the edge, gets the easy deuce for Tyon McKenzie. All right, we'll go over some of the scores for you. Taylor beating Spring Arbor by 20, 75-55. Indiana Wesleyan beating Grace by 2, 53-51. Marion up 56-46. Folks, I personally think Taylor can make a run at the national championship. They've won 17 straight games as Rieker gets the three-pointer when everybody in the hut wanted a travel call. Rieker now with 19 points. That was Hamill in the lane. Looked like her pivot foot might have slid just a tad. No call. Lauren McBriar, deep 3. Front rim's no good, and a rebound by Fryman. Will going to be called with the over the back. That'll be her 5th. We'll see who comes into the game for Whitney. Is it going to be Dejanay Hinton? No, it'll be Tyon McKenzie. So Coach Ridge going to go with the speed. Great work there by Whitney Will. One heck of a game put in by number 31. She'll leave with 11 points and 6 rebounds. 1 minute left to play. Huntington's up by 1. Strong take to the cup, and coming out with it will be Hamill. Fryman's calling for it down on the block. 3-point attempt. That one's no good. Bounding ball picked up by Fryman. Fryman now the three-pointer. That's no good, and a foul going to be called against no foul. Foul called against number 20, Sam Hamill, the sophomore. Plenty of opportunities there for the Lady Foresters. St. Francis is in the double bonus here. 6 team fouls for Huntington. So Tyon McKenzie to shoot a pair. The first one is no good by McKenzie. Tyon entering today's game, a 40% free throw shooter, hitting 10 of 25. Second one is good. I'll tie this game up at 72. 14-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock as Hamill brings it over the timeline. Handoff goes to Hamill. Open look straight to the cup. That's just her 4th point of the game. It's 2 big ones. Now we have a 3-second difference. That's a full timeout taken by Coach Jason Ridge. We'll be right back with more Lady Cougar basketball action here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today.
And Huntington 13:36 to go in the second half. Purdue leads IU 31-29.
Okay, so Purdue's beating IU 31-29, if anybody's interested. McKenzie. 3-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. A huge bucket there by Kara Gurka. Timeout going to be called by Huntington. And I believe this is going to be a full timeout. It will. How about that drive by Kara Gurka? In a situation like this, you want the ball in your best ball player's hand. McKenzie finds Gurka top of the key. Being defended there by number 30, Casey Morton, who's listed at 5'11" there. But Gurka just flat out knows how to finish down the block. Before that, how about this big three-pointer by Gurka? Of course, it was answered by a Huntington three-pointer the next possession. This is what Kara Gurka can do for you, inside, outside. One of the most complete players in NAIA basketball. Tied at 74, St. Francis 6-0 all-time against Huntington University in postseason play. Coach Jason Ridge and the Lady Cougs looking to make it 7-0 all-time. Entering this game, St. Francis ranked number 30 in the country, receiving votes. Huntington University ranked 35th in the country, receiving votes. So on the inbounds pass will be number 22, Sarah Doy. Doy, just a freshman. Hamill with the rock. Shot clock is off, tied at 74. Fryman, can she get a shot off? And they're going to call foul on Gurka, number 21. That'll be her third. And we got a full timeout taken by Huntington, so that'll be their last timeout. Lady Cougars still with two left. Folks, you're listening to the Cougar Marching Pride in the background there. There you see Coach Ridge drawing it up here for the Lady Cougs. Huntington, they're going to go for a last shot here. They're either going to win it or this game's going into overtime, and they will go into overtime without one of their top players in Brooke Saylor, who fouled out and got a technical all in the same play. That led to 4 points for St. Francis with the free throw shooting of Lauren McBriar and Kara Gurka. Gurka sitting with 21 points, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. McBriar 17, Sydney Crow with 15. Crow is 6 of 8 from the field, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. All the scoring coming in the second half. Crow in the first half didn't even attempt a shot. That's how valuable she is on the defensive end and scoring at 3.3 seconds remaining. Rieker just throws it up. Not a good-looking shot. And they will not get the putback either. That was before the buzzer. So we are heading to overtime. We'll be right back, folks, with overtime basketball here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
First time I've been able to do this kind of more complete understanding or view of your body. One of the things that's really important about this is that it's kind of legitimizing us as athletes.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Okay, we'll have to cut that one short, folks, as we are starting the overtime period. Possession arrow currently in favor of. The possession arrow is off, so we'll see what happens here after the tip. In the center there, we have number 30, Casey Morton, along with Kara Gurka for St. Francis. As possession will go to the Lady Cougars. Savannah Buck, we got 5 minutes here in the overtime period. Bonus has been taken off the board. McBriar here on the near wing. Mackenzie's pass slapped right back to her. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Crow with the ball fake and dribble drive. Easily off glass for Sydney Crow. Crow with her 17th point of the game, second best for St. Francis. It ties her with Lauren McBriar for 17. Baseline jumper by Fryman is good. For Sarah Fryman, she is now 9 of 19 from the field, 26 points. Get a season high for you on Fryman. McKenzie going to go back over to Buck. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Tyon could not get away from Hamill and going to be called with the travel. Yeah, Fryman's high on the season is 30 points, and that was against Goshen back on January the 9th. Rieker out of the corner. One-on-one with Savannah Buck. Buck staying right in front of her. Bounce pass goes to Fryman, but she cannot hang on to it. Crow was the first one to get to the ball. And the jump ball will go to Huntington. 1 timeout left for the Foresters. 3 for St. Francis. I believe each team got a free throw or a timeout here to start this overtime period. Hamill, Rieker out of the corner. Mattis had a good game, finds a wide open Doy. Elbow jumper's no good. McBriar gives it up to Buck. Approaching 3 minutes left to play. We're tied at 76. McBriar from the far wing. Opposite wing is Crow. Sydney already with 2 points in this overtime period. Working off the pick by Gurka. She sinks down to the block. That was tapped away by Doi, the freshman. Doi's going to be a good player for the next 3 years for Coach Collier. Fryman looking to get around Crow, and they're going to call a blocking foul on number 5. That'll be her third. So neither team has a player right now with 4 fouls. As the first one by Fryman is good. She's now a perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line. She's one of the top free throw shooters in the country. Once again, entering today with an 87% free throw percentage, which ranks her number 7 in NAIA basketball. Her 507 points entering today ranks her number 20 in the country. I had to look it up to see what Miranda Palmer's career scoring numbers were to see if Fryman would get close to it. The three-pointer by Gurka is good. Huge triple by Kara Gurka gives the Lady Cougars back the lead. She has 24. (79-78). St. Francis on top. Possession arrow in favor. Nice find to Doi, but she'll... Oh, they just called a charge on Doi. We'll take it. This officiating has been back and forth, to say the least. We've seen calls go both teams' way and against both teams. Either way, 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Lady Cougars up by 1, 79-78. Deep three-pointer by Savannah Buck, just a little bit strong as Reeker comes out with it. Maddie Reeker currently sitting with 19 points for Huntington. Coach Collier is wanting them to move the rock. Hamill trying to get to the cup, walled off by Crow. The bounce pass goes into Fryman as McKenzie steals it. Beautiful steal by Tyon McKenzie as Lori Collier, the head coach, just throws her hands up in the air as to say, what are the refs watching? Buck's going to let this time whittle away. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Each team here can get 2 more, I should say we can get 2 more possessions out of this game. Crow, good on the ball fake, and the runner, left hand's no good. Rebounded by Fryman, and Huntington, her outlet pass is a turnover as it goes out of bounds. USF up 79-78, going to get the ball back. There will be 5.2 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. The three-pointer could ice it for St. Francis. And Coach Jason Ridge is going to call a 30-second timeout. Just can't help but laugh. Nobody's perfect. I'm sure just listening to this broadcast, you can tell this guy's not perfect. Wowzer. So yeah, folks, the winner of this game will travel to take on Taylor on Friday. Taylor winning at 80-55. 17 seconds left. Indiana Wesleyan up 61-58. And Marion rolling MVNU 67-53. So there you have it. Looking like it's going to be Marion versus Indiana Wesleyan in Indianapolis. And St. Francis traveling to Taylor on Friday. 7 p.m. tip-off. The men's semifinal games will be on Saturday. As a handoff goes to Buck. She'll be fouled right away by Sam Hamill. Hamill, that'll be her third. It's a team 6th. So it looks like the team fouls are going to stay. Both teams are in the double bonus. Savannah, her first free throw of the game is good. That's a big one right there to extend the lead to 2. Hinton checks out. Tyon McKenzie back in for St. Francis. Second one rims in for Buck. Entering today, Savannah, an 87% free throw shooter. Huntington needs a three-pointer here. The shot clock is off. Fryman nearly coughs it up, but she will be fouled. Foul's going to go against Crow. No, it goes against McKenzie. Tyon, that'll be her first. Not a bad foul at all, because it puts Fryman at the free throw line, where she's a perfect 7 of 7 in this game. She's got 28 points, make it 29. One more point will match a season high. Kara Gurka scoring high is 24 points on the season, so she's already tied her season high. Both free throws go up and in. So it's 81-80 right now. St. Francis on top. That was a full timeout called by Coach Ridge. Wow, Grace and Wesleyan are tied at 61 with 4 seconds remaining. Folks, just in case you were wondering, Kara Gurka's career high was 42 or 40 points her sophomore year against IU East. That was on December the 23rd. So Kara Gurka looking for a new season high here with 24 points. See if maybe she can get to the free throw line and get a new season high for Gurka. 22 seconds remaining as Buck will be fouled right away by Reeker. Buck's first free throw is in. 2-point advantage here for St. Francis. Savannah, perfect 3 of 3 now. She's got 6 points. They get 4 of 4. Some big-time free throws there by Savannah Buck. The best Huntington can do here is tie. Unless, of course, they get fouled on the 3-point attempt. That's Huntington taking the 30-second timeout. They are gone, the timeouts. So Indiana Wesleyan and Grace are headed to overtime, tied at 61. Some good games here in the Crossroads League. And Marion, that's a final, winning at 68-56. We are back, everybody. That was the Cougar Marching Pride you were listening to. They do a fantastic job here at the hut. It's going to be Doy with the throw in here, 20.9 seconds remaining. Huntington as a team shooting 48% from beyond the arc. Is that inbounds pass? Wow. Back to Fryman here on the far wing. Reeker left all alone for three. That one was off the side of the backboard as McKenzie gets the rebound. And they'll call a foul against number 12, Sarah Fryman. That is going to just about ice this one, folks. 9.7 seconds remaining. McKenzie doing a great job getting their hands on that ball so quick on the floor. Tyon McKenzie hits the first. She's now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Lady Cougars, the second one does miss. Huntington has to get a three-point shot off like now. They'll get it over to Doy. She doesn't have a look. Fryman, step back. That's no good. And the Lady Cougars win it 84-80 in overtime. St. Francis will advance this Friday to play Taylor University. Let's go over the scoring real quick. Sydney Crow is 17 for St. Francis. Laura McBriar 17. Dejanay Hinton with 4. Tyon McKenzie with 4. 7 for Savannah Buck. 24 for Kara Gurka. She also had 4 rebounds. That ties the season high. And 11.6 rebounds for Whitney Will. Maddie Reeker had 19 points for Huntington, 30 points for Sarah Fryman, 4 points for Sam Hamill, 10 for Sarah Doy, 10 for Brooke Saylor, and 4 for Cindy Integron. Folks, thanks so much for joining us once again. It's a final here from the Hut, 84-74. St. Francis over Huntington. Lady Cougars beat Huntington 3 times on the season, so outstanding job by these Lady Cougars and Coach Jason Ridge as they will advance to Friday's 7 p.m. game against number 1 seed Taylor. Once again, folks, have a wonderful rest of the week.
Mm.